Hey, hi, I'm Jackie Lovejoy. I'm the president of the Dearborn Area Chamber of Commerce, here for another episode of your Chamber Cafe. See what's on the menu in your community. Today, here, I'm dropping my bag already. Today, I have one of my wonderful board members and a community pillar, Lisa Korte of Korte's Collision. We're delighted to have you. Thank you
for having me.
No, my pleasure.
Thank you.
So we do a lot of things for the community, and you sit on my board. You're aware of that.
Yes.
And one of the great things that you actually started, and if the folks at home don't know, the Dearborn Heights and the Dearborn Chamber merged in 2012, I think.
I'm not sure.
2011, 2012, before I came here, and Lisa was the chair of the Dearborn Heights board. And you guys came up with this great event.
We did.
And it's Family Fun Day.
Yes.
And for us, it's going to take place on August 1st this year. It's the first Tuesday in August for National Night Out. Tell us a little bit about how this came up.
Well, initially, Wendy Fichter and I, back when the Dearborn Heights Chamber was up and running, we wanted to find an event for fundraising. Fundraising, and then we decided, you know, let's do something more for the community. Let's find something instead of restaurants. Let's try and go outside of the box and do something that helps the other businesses. So then we started thinking what other businesses we have in the city. Wendy really found National Night Out. Then we started thinking about, you know, the bowling alley and how much they help out the community, how big of a part of the community they are. The golf Midway Sports. Midway, thank you so much. And we just came up with that great, you know, concept of let's have something fun for the families. You know, let's, Mark Perinello, when she found the National Night Out, Mark Perinello immediately came on board. He said, is there any way we could not charge the families? It was really back in that very tough time of recession. Not a lot of people had a lot of money. It was a lot of stress for a lot of people. And Mark asked, is there any way we could just not charge anything? We weren't quite sure if the businesses were able to do that. You know, golfing, bowling, I don't know what kind of a pressure that would put on them. I don't know what they have to pay employees, you know, to have so many people come in. So we went to them, we asked them, and they were wonderful. They didn't want. They said we won't charge anything. We will open our doors, you know, for the community, and they really just wanted to give back. The community does so much for the small businesses. It's very important when they support the small businesses. So all the businesses were just more than happy to say,
that's
let's get on board. Yeah, it really was created out of really the simplicity of let's have a great day without the pressure of how much money is this going to come out of pocket. Because you know, kids, you get somewhere and, oh, can I have that ice cream? Can I have this? You know, and it starts to put a little bit of pressure on the parents. You know, you're either saying no all the time, you know, or you're kicking out a bunch of money for the day.
Exactly. And so the great thing about this event is the bowling alley, all the places you go, there's no charge. They get to go and use everything they want. So if you want to camp out, and let me explain to the folks, just so you have an idea of what goes on, we charge $10 a car for the whole day of fun. And if you can squeeze 15 people in your car, you know, don't say I said it was okay, but it's as many people as you can fit in your car. It's $10 a carload of people. There's hot dogs, there's ice cream, there's bounce house, because you do the scavenger hunt and go to the businesses during the day. And that's really our charge as a chamber, is to bring people to your business, bring you new customers, ideally.
There was another part, I guess, of the event, other businesses that maybe people weren't so used to going to, you know, ours itself. You come when you have a collision, so it's not always the best time to come into a business. It's a little intimidating, you know, so it was a great way for us to have people come in, introduce ourselves, let them know who we are, without that intimidating, you know, what door do I go in, who am I going to speak to?
Exactly.
You know, so it was just a great opportunity for the other businesses to introduce themselves to the community.
Right, because there are all kinds of businesses on this. It's a scavenger hunt, like a bingo card. You're going to go out, visit banks, visit pharmacies, medical offices, Korte's Collision.
They have so much set up. it's exciting for the businesses. And again, they want to give back. They want to be a part of the community.
Yeah, and that's wonderful. That's really our charge, to introduce everybody. Think of it like that. We're the great hosts or hostesses.
There you go.
That's what we do.
Yes.
So on the scavenger hunt, if you go by Korte's Collision, there's a couple of school supplies in these bags. The kids in the car will get these bags.
Yes.
And they can carry them around the rest of the day. The day largely goes from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. It kicks off. Now, the more you fill up your bingo card with more businesses that you visit, when you end up at Van Houten's Splash Park, which is great because the city opens that up for us.
Yes.
And so if it's a hot day, the kids can run around and get wet. We have a DJ, we have a bouncy house, we have a trackless train, hot dogs, ice cream. That's all courtesy of our sponsors and that small $10 fee for your carload of people.
Yes.
But when you go to Korte's, you get your bag and you can load it up with all your goodies all the way around. And the more businesses you visit, you come to the prize table. The kids come to the prize table and they get to pick from a plethora of prizes.
Yes, that was a fun.
That's always
our
fun.
kids kind of came up with that. We were sitting down at dinner and I kind of asked them, what would you guys think of this type of event? And they said, what do we get at the end? A typical kid, what do I, and I'm thinking, you've just played all day, and they're typical, what do we get at the end? So, we kind of came up with those toys. And again, the community, the city officials, when we had a big kickoff and they were all there, Commissioner Webb and the mayor, and everyone was so excited to be a part of the event, which made it just wonderful. The Rotary clubs and the Kiwanis, they all kicked in. Salvation Army had brought a big truck for food. I mean, it really was heartwarming to see the community come together and it be truly, that's what it is.
A fun day, a fun give back.
Yes, and Dearborn Heights, Dearborn, it's kind of like we're small communities.
Yes.
But we have that, we have the amenities of we have our, Target and, all our great things that we love nearby. But we all know each other. We're all part of, bringing the community together.
Well, that's it. And you get to come and eat at the end of the day.
Yes.
You have hot dogs and ice cream and chips. I think the police explorers are part of the police departments there with the fingerprinting kits.
Yes, that's part of their whole national night out, IDing the kids.
That's how we parlay into that. Fire trucks are there, and just some of the great sponsors that help us put this on. Because the trackless train and the bouncy house, we love those folks, but they don't donate. And they put in their time and they come set up for us.
It's a long day.
It is a really long day.
Yeah.
So Bangkok 96 helps support, Kearns Brothers, Member Focused Credit Union, the Ford Town gas station. Mike Roy is a great part of this.
Yeah.
Central Michigan University, the Step thrift stores are a part of this. Comcast, First Choice Urgent Care, which now has second locations in Garden City.
Oh, wonderful.
As well as right on Michigan Avenue. Vet Select Dearborn and Dearborn Heights, Tim Hortons, Surf Pro of Dearborn.
Wow, already so many.
I know.
Is amazing.
It is. And I know I'm leaving some people out, but nobody wants to sit and hear me read a list of.
Yes, yeah. But they're wonderful, businesses that want to be, they're very sincere. They want to be part of the community. They want to give back.
This is the fabric that makes our community so unique.
Yeah,
Not every community has that kind of cohesiveness.
Yes.
And it's so nice because all big and small businesses, they step to the plate to help out.
Yes, yeah. And I think even, when I was in the chamber, my thing was that whole, your schools, your city, your businesses, your people, all that, come together. And it's amazing when we all work together and be the best, we can be, and it creates a beautiful event. It was really a lot of fun.
Well, let me correct you for a minute, because when you said you were part of the chamber, because you are part of the chamber.
Yes, I am now, thankfully.
We're delighted to have you.
Yes, I love being in the chamber.
It's
a wonderful group of people, just dynamic. So
it is, and it's very friendly. If you haven't been to a chamber event, it's probably the least cliquey group I've ever been a part of.
Yeah, just relaxed.
Very welcoming.
Yes, yeah, a lot of fun.
It's not nearly as uptight as some people like to think.
No. But that first time is the same thing. Intimidating.
You're only
anything
a stranger
for the first time is
sure.
intimidating. So, but you guys make it very easy to come in and feel welcome.
Thanks. We try. Some days better than others.
Yeah.
Most days very good. Cut that out. So I wanted to thank you, because this has been in place since 2010, because you had a high school graduation in 2011, and you wouldn't have started such a big project.
No,
in the year
with
of
the graduation. Yeah.
Exactly. So we're in our 7th year. We're still lining up surprises for the day. Waste management will be there, big fire trucks. We're trying to get all sorts of interesting things for the kids to do. And then there's the whole day. So the more businesses you visit, the more prizes you get. But if you want to camp out one place or the other, the businesses have come forward, and they're just supplying so much fun for really the dog days of summer.
Yes, yeah, it starts to get, August starts to get a little long. They're not quite back to school yet, and they've done their swimming, and
they're starting to get a little bored.
Yes, they're ready to be out. You want them out of the house, They're done with their computers, and they can only sit in front of the TV so long.
That's it. No more screen time, and really,
get
unless
them
it's
out.
100 degrees. Well, even 100 degrees. We were sent outside at that
The very
age.
first day, the first time we did the event, I think it was 95 degrees. It felt like the hottest day.
That seems to happen a lot of my events.
Really?
Doesn't it?
Yeah. And that splash park was welcoming. That
sure.
cool water was great.
You don't just see kids on the splash pad.
No, yeah. We were all, I think, dipping our feet in there.
That's great. So just the particulars again, if you go to the Chamber website, dearbornareachamber.org, or if you call the Chamber, 313, and I think it'll appear magically down here, 584-6100. We have sign-up forms for you and your family. We'll have a car ID, so your car, when you're running around doing the scavenger hunt. We kick off at 10 a.m., and you can pick up your information ahead of time at the Chamber, or you can pick it up at kickoff. And then we go till 7 that night, and we start over at Van Houten about 4 o'clock.
I was going to say, and I think the businesses only go till 2 o'clock.
Yeah, you can have a nap in the middle.
Yes,
you can have a nap in the middle. So,
Yes.
or come down and stake out your spot at Van Houten.
Yes. Yeah, before it gets too busy.
Because we had between 200 and 300 last year. And then the other exciting thing is bike raffles. For as many businesses that you visit on the bingo card, the kids get a ticket that goes into the bike raffle, right?
Okay. And the tickets, the bingo that you guys have, it's a stamp or a sticker. So when we first did it, we did tickets. So, these poor people were carrying around bunches of tickets, and the businesses were having to give them. So that's great.
Each business has some sort of stamp or something.
Yeah.
But when they come back to the park, for as many businesses as they visited, they get a ticket.
Oh, wonderful.
And the other half of that ticket goes into the bike raffle.
Okay.
And we raffle off a boy's bike and a girl's bike. And,
wow.
And then
what a great thing to win
for the
summer.
If we have 2 girls that win or 2 boys, we will, you can exchange the bike.
Yeah.
You're not stuck with a pink bike if it's not your flavor.
Sure, they appreciate that.
Yes. So once again, let the Chamber know it's Tuesday, August 1st. Check out the Chamber website, sign up in advance, and we're happy to do it. We have wonderful partners with the city, with our businesses, with our school districts.
I think everyone's just sincerely excited about doing it. They love participating.
It's a fun day.
Yeah.
It's one of the days I'm not totally behind the desk. I get to relax. I get to intermingle and
get out and see the people.
Yeah, it's loads of fun.
Yeah, a lot of fun.
Well, Lisa Korte, thank you. And I have to tell you, they
me.
are not an intimidating garage at all, because they've checked out a couple fender benders of mine. So stay tuned, and we're going to have another episode of the Chamber Cafe just right around the corner. Welcome back to Chamber Cafe. We're going to talk a little bit about what's on your menu in the community. And one of the great assets we have in our area is the Dearborn Farmers and Artisans Market. And here with me is my Ambassador of the Year, John Zadikian, great chamber member, voiceover, multimedia specialist, was on the radio with Alan Allman back in the day. Everyone, help me welcome Mr. John Zadikian. Yay! We're glad you're here.
Nice to be. I don't get to see you enough. So
I know.
It's always great to be with you.
Thank you. Well, the reason John's with us today is we're going to talk about the Dearborn Farmers and Artisans Market, because John is a linchpin at the market. He's been a volunteer the last 4 years anyway.
Easily, right.
And the farmers market is in its 10th year. Mm-hmm. So can you tell us a little bit about why you love the market and why you love volunteering, why you're so kind to volunteer?
Well, I'll tell you, Jackie, it's one of those things where when I was growing up, my parents had taught me, you give back to the community that gave you your start. And I say that a lot to people, but it's very true. Born and raised in Dearborn Heights, I've lived in this area my entire life. And it's just one of those things where through the chamber, there are so many different opportunities, with which I could give back. And it was fun because I'm a foodie. I love food. If you check out my Instagram, it's all food pictures, or mostly anyway. So when the opportunity came up to volunteer with the farmers market, I jumped at the chance because it's a great way to get to know other small business people like myself, to make that connection, to talk with them, and at the same time give back to the community through volunteering and eat some great food and meet some great people. So that to me is the fun part about it. Not crazy about getting up at 6 in the morning every Friday, but that's the way it is. It's kind of how it works out, but it's
We
fun.
appreciate you being there because we're there on ground before 7 a.m. and we're popping up tents and getting
Right.
things ready for the public when
Right.
we open the doors at 9.
Yeah.
The vendors are rolling in. We're helping people find their spots, and we get bigger every year.
Yeah. In fact, it's funny that you mentioned that, we're on ground so early in the morning because Mike Magnone, another Dearborn Heights resident who's the current ambassador of the year, he and I always have a little competition going as to who can pull up in the parking lot first and get started. But so, he and I are there sometimes before the sun even comes up.
Oh, yes.
To get things going. But we've got a good volunteer crew that works with us on setup and on teardown, to get everything taken care of and make sure that everything runs as smoothly as possible. Can't control the weather, but other things we can. So.
Well, vegetables grow in the rain.
That's
the
very
farmer's
true.
market takes place rain or shine.
That's very true, yeah.
I'm going to ask you a trick question that
Okay.
you're not ready for. What's the most unusual question you got at the manager's booth when you helped fill in there?
Oh, wow.
Because we've had some doozies.
We have, and I'm not sure. There's a couple that I can think of that are not for public consumption. I think they get, there's a business on Monroe Street in
Yes,
Dearborn that has
you're
a
correct.
similar name.
Yes, not chamber members, but we'll give them a plug.
Right,
Yeah.
and I think that I remember the one, this was a couple of years ago, this lady came up and said that she had heard so much about it. I don't know how, you're surviving as a business, you're only open one day a week, and so on and so forth. And I'm listening to her and it's like, oh, no, she's not, wrong place, similar name, but wrong place.
Yes.
So I gently educated her, on where she was talking about, and she was profusely apologetic, but so I would say that's probably the strangest one that I could share with the audience.
The cleanest one.
Cleanest one.
Because we
Sure,
do get a lot of unusual requests.
You do, yeah. You
But
do.
I've had chamber members, or meet me at the farmer's market. It's right outside the chamber's
Mm-hmm.
doors. And if they haven't been before, they'll Google, I'll give them a plug, Dearborn Farm Market, which is a
Right.
very nice establishment,
Right.
Anchor of the area. And they'll say, I'm walking around here, nobody knows Jackie.
Mm-hmm.
And I look and I'm like, are you outdoors? And they'll say, no, I'm in a store. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, so the chamber is at Michigan and Monroe, and right next door to Buddy's, and that's where the market is. And they're like, oh, oh no, Michigan and Mason, my mistake.
Michigan,
I've only
yeah.
been there 4 years.
Yeah.
The corner of Michigan and Mason.
Mason's the next play.
Yes,
yeah,
yes.
next play, yeah. And that's our first clue, really, that people are in the wrong place. When they say that, I don't see Jackie, I don't know, it's like, how could you not know Jackie? Then you must be in the wrong place. Yeah, it's kind of how that works.
Well, and
out.
you're indoors.
It's
an outdoor farmer's market.
Outdoor market, yeah.
I'll share a little bit of knowledge that I have.
Sure.
So one of the great questions I get all the time is you only have 3 farmers, or you only have 4. We have 4 farmers this year.
Right.
I thought this was a farm market. Well, it is, but we get 800 to 1,000 people on a Friday, any
Right.
particular Friday.
Right.
We get 1,000 for our event days easy, and they come and go. But if we had 10 farmers for that, and it sounds like a lot of people to us, but for that many farmers, if we had more farmers, nobody would make money. And
Right.
the whole goal is to help these small businesses, family, because they're all family farms.
Right, they are.
And they come from Brownstown, they come from Marine City, they come from all points to get to the market and be ready to go by 8:45. Because I'm a stickler, Doors open at 9, so to
Right.
speak. We have to be set and
ready.
ready to go. All the cars parked off site.
And you get people that come early because they see us setting up and they're ready to come in and shop.
Exactly.
Which is great. So
Exactly.
that works
And
out.
which is exciting.
Yeah.
But that's one of the reasons, we serve our communities, Dearborn Heights and Dearborn, but we are not close to the magnitude of the Eastern Market, which is
Right.
a wonderful supporter of
Right.
ours.
Absolutely.
But they are a machine that runs pretty much all week now.
Right.
The other fun fact, ask me a fun fact about me.
A fun fact
that I think nobody knows.
Again, this is a family show.
Yes.
So okay, what's a fun fact about Jackie Lovejoy?
I grew up working in the Eastern Market.
I'm not surprised.
At Rocky Peanut, when they were in the old corner building that was
Okay.
Johnny Mac's Cookie Factory, which
Right.
evolved into that.
Right.
And we moved, from when I was 15 until I was probably 20 or 21.
Mm-hmm.
And then we moved down the street to the bigger grocery store setting that they have now. But
So
yeah.
this was 10 years ago?
Oh, aren't you kind? Oh, yeah. No, let's give the folks a thrill 20.
There you
No.
go. No, the great thing about the farmers market, and anybody who's lived in Michigan for longer than 2 weeks knows that, the growing season is so short. Everything is seasonal. I mean, we joke that a lot of times we get all 4 seasons in one day. Mm-hmm. And it's very true that happens. So the growing season is short. So especially now, sort of early in the market season, a lot of the fresh produce hasn't come in yet. So you see more of a mix of, flower baskets and things of that nature. There is some produce that some of the farms do have. I know the radishes and strawberries are already in. But you get more in the way of, there's honey, there's, other, there's coffee, there's other edible things.
Cookies
that,
and macaroons
and bread
and
scones.
scones.
Hot dogs and
food
ethnic
trucks,
foods and
couple of
food
food
trucks. I mean, there's
yeah.
a lot of things going on. There's entertainment, that comes. So it's really a great way to spend your lunch hour, part of the afternoon. You can spend the whole day.
Well, 9 to 2.
Yeah, 9 to 2. We're not going to kick you out. Come at 6 in the morning. Help us set up. But no, it's really a fun time, and there's usually something for everybody,
Exactly.
to enjoy and just kind of hang around and be outside, and it's fun.
Yeah, we have so few. I hate to say it. One of those fun facts is the sun shines less than 50% of the time in Michigan, which we find hard to believe, but. Washington and Portland see a little more sun than Michigan does.
That's strange,
and so when we haven't had a rain out last year or this year so far, we've had some sprinkles, and we really don't get rained out. It's only high winds or lightning that we're worried about because vegetables grow in the rain. Come on out. This is what we do.
What you don't see before, because Mike and I show up before you.
And I'm very thankful for that.
We're constantly funneling cash out to Ben Bailey. Like, don't make it rain today. But no, I mean it's a crapshoot, with the weather. I mean, you just don't know.
You see, now I'm taking care of Alan Longstreet on 2.
There you go. All right, so we're good to go.
I slip him a 5 every so
That's
often.
right.
Help
5s,
me out
10s,
on a
20s,
Friday.
small bills, everything's good. But I mean, we've had some cold days where we've had jackets on, and it's been cloudy and cold, and then other days get warm and sticky and humid, and it's the nature of the beast.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
exactly.
It's the nature of the beast. So
exactly.
It works. Yeah.
So we run until October 6th. I'd like I know, and I appreciate you being there. We will be there every Friday except for June 30th. Being the holiday 4th of July falls on a Tuesday, we're thinking that's probably going to be the weekend people take advantage of.
Right.
So June 30th, there is no farmers market, just so everybody knows. Mm-hmm. But we go until October 6th, and we do have a lot of great events upcoming. Mm-hmm. July 18th is actually Community Day.
Right.
And I know that's something that's near and dear to your heart, and all about giving back and everything.
That's a great time for anybody who's watching this that's involved in any sort of community group. People who know me know that Goodfellows is right here. If you're in the Kiwanis, the Rotary, church group, whatever,
Vista
doesn't
Maria.
matter. Come on out. It's a
Animal
great
shelter.
way to Animal Shelter is another good one. It's a great way to get out and have a captive audience and capture people one-on-one, talk to them, let them know what it is that you do, get involved in, have them get involved in your organization and all that. And it's really a great way to meet and connect with people.
Well, that's it. Our charities come out for a variety of reasons.
Right.
One, they look for support because they all do great work, and everyone has their niche. There's not a lot of overlap. Right. So a lot of folks don't know that Rotary is this far from eradicating polio.
Right.
Other ones don't know that Kiwanians are all about kids.
Right.
Vista Maria helps a variety of homeless kids, in trouble kids, and they get them through school, and they get them hopefully college bound. And they provide housing.
Right.
They're the animal shelter. I mean, just absolutely amazing stories. So one, yes, they're looking for support, but two, they're looking for more volunteers. So if there's something you have spare time, if you want to give back and you don't have dollars to give back, they do a lot of volunteer recruitment at the farmers market as well. And that's July 18th.
Right.
That's a Friday. Gosh, can someone please check that Friday is July 18th? I think so.
It's whatever that Friday is that's close to the 18th.
Yeah, exactly.
Kind of what it is.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Art at the Market is September 15th, and we're lucky enough in our area, we have Art Space, which is occupying the old Dearborn City Hall.
Right.
Now, if somebody hasn't heard about it, these are artist installations. It's subsidized housing for artists, and Old City Hall was, gosh, 90,000 square feet or more.
I think.
And needed renovations, and the city of Dearborn found a new facility that, due to the recession, was very affordable. And Art Space came in, and I think we're the 50th or 51st installation around the country. There's 53 units, studio to 3-bedroom, 3-bathroom. So we're looking to our Art Space companions to help funnel more art into Art at the Market.
Right.
We usually have Pewabic pottery there that day. We have demonstrations. Painting with a Twist will be on hand. We'll be able to paint pictures, and you have to sign up in advance because we have limited seats for that. Oh, no, July 14th is my golf outing. I'm getting a cue from the booth, so it's the following one.
Oh, that's right. Then it would be the 21st.
Is it the 21st?
The 21st
Thank you for doing the math. It's
following.
been a hectic day here at the
my
Chamber.
District 7 education.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Damn glad
nice
to
to
have
meet you. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Thank you very much.
Yeah, the Art in the Market is good. And in fact, my friend Kathy, if you're watching, I'm calling you out because I want your photography there. But it's a wonderful way to pick up on some locally made art. Pewabic pottery, I've blown my 401k over there. It's crazy. But there's a lot of neat, unique stuff that you just don't find, you know, at least in most other places, that you find at the market on that day.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. And every week we have homemade jewelry makers there, craftsmen. I should say craftsmen and artisans.
Right.
Woodworking on different days. It's absolutely amazing to see the depth and breadth of what we have.
Yeah.
Just available for purchase, for perusing. If you need to while away some hours, come and chat us up. It's great. And then the last day of the season, October 6th, is our annual Harvest Festival. So we have pumpkins, pumpkin painting, scarecrows, cider, all kinds of stuff that's available at the market. I've been given the high sign. We have just a minute. So as we've said before, as it magically appears across the bottom of the screen, you can look at the ding. I feel like Harry Potter. A flick of the wrist.
Ding. There it is. Yeah.
Actually, the farmers market has its own website, DearbornFarmersArtisans.com.
Right.
Or you can call the Chamber, 313-584-6100. It's
also Facebook and Twitter.
Oh, there's also my social media maven is next to me.
Make sure to connect on Facebook and Twitter.
Facebook and Twitter, because we have interesting recipes.
Yeah.
Who knew that would be so enjoyable?
Healthy eating tips. Who's coming to the market. All kinds of fun stuff.
Or
incriminating photos of people who work at the market. I mean, we have some of those too, but not of you, of course.
No.
Clause in the contract, no pictures of the Queen.
Yes.
Can't do that.
So we're wrapping up. If you can't, please come out to the market one day this season, 9 to 2 on Fridays at the corner of Michigan and Mason, next door to Buddy's. We're in the parking lot right there. We're delighted to have you. Stay tuned. We're going to be back with another episode of the Chamber Cafe shortly.